was done there. So now, if everything goes to plan, and there's no reason to think that it won't, we have got all the active subscribers and a random 120 or so of the submitted names from the chat list. Not people's names, because that could do duplicates, but we've got the likes of Donald Delaney, Nancy Drew, Mr. Mays, and such. And they're going to fight to the death in this hands-off wargame simulation. When we get down to 20 nations, I will disable revolts, so we don't end up in a constant stream of places breaking out. When we get down to the last 10 nations, all the subscribers that survived down to the last 10, it could be all 10 of you, you could be all dead, and then I save my poor wallet, you will win a game of your choosing, on Steam, of course. Well, I guess if you want GOG, that's not no skin off my nose. Or if you want to pass it on to someone else, then you can't. All right, let's get going, shall we? The hook handles exact duplicate names shouldn't be a problem. So if I scroll in and I don't see Donald Delaney, I know we're in a good position. So Vosra, I know you're there in chat. You start out with the village of Charant. We've got Franconian over here. And Tavakamaki is there. Amistad is there. Jeebus, surrounded by Makeo, and with Burdened Wario down there. Jasmine Owl. Ishardon. Got a lot of names around here. So you're going to need to root for your nation. Not that it'll help at all, but it'll make it feel all the funnier for me when you get utterly eliminated. Have a quick look around what's going on. Who's the only Scot? Daniel Carrington! In the mislocated Grimsby up in Scotland. Can he fight off Clifford the Big Red Dog, Nancy Drew, and Donald Delaney, who's over there in Treasure Trove Cove? Nancy Drew has Hellman. What else we got here? The Ironclad has the Train Valley. He's got to fight it out with King Piccolo in Venetian France, or French Venetia. Pol Pot. Can Jif Bua defeat Pol Pot and claim the Blood Kelp Zone before they do? Single Mother is there. I still don't know where this name came from. Vice City is down in Spain. Nostarius, the Icon of Sin. Ryu is there. Orin is here. Akronymous himself, who built the tool that made most of this possible, has to defeat Gamer Monkey in an immediate fight to the death between the 13 colonies and Utapau. Utapau? What in the world is that? Sir Longarm is there. Cyber Demon's here. Blubbery Abyss. Mucus is there. And there's a whole lot more going on in the Far East. What do we got? We've got Lorabo, Homer, Plum. Come on, Plum. Scrooge McDuck, Slippy Toad, Penny, Roll-Chan, Greed. A lot of people are out there, but they will coalesce and they will die. Let's make sure we get information on revolts, puppets, defeats, and battle. That sounds good to me. Now get to work. I will win, says Herr Kommissar. We shall see about that. I love seeing the map just fill up like so. Some people ask what the Darker Land is. The Darker Land is harder to navigate. So whilst people have filled up a lot of this land, taking over Anatolia is going slowly for Vishnel, Orbulon, Futaba. Borm is down there. Sea Space Echo is over there. Can they come out on top? Maybe my wallet can be spared. Can we see the top 10 list, please? Oh, how could I forget? Get those statistics up. I'm always most interested in who has the gold. Sigbjörn has the gold, so does Liu Bei, a season officer, Yan Liang, Henry of Skallets, Blossom, Glass Joe. There's Pico and Tendrenai, and there's Mr. Mays. Get it underway. And I do like to have things a bit more sped up. Will we see another Chief Iron's last stand, I wonder? Now, Chief Iron has tried his best, but without the revolts going on, it should be a little bit more stable than before. Daniel Carrington, expanding the Scottish borders. Think I'm going to get mooked in the struggle for North Africa, says Blubbery Abyss. Well, Akronymous expanded rather well, but there we go, right on the border here with Gamer Monkey. Where are you, Blubbery Abyss? Oh, wow. It just says Dire. This is maybe... I bet it split up the term Dire Docks. That wouldn't make any sense, but maybe it did. Drucker County is up here. That's what Mucus has. Alright, continue to fight for my and everyone else's amusement. You can see the total number of countries down here. We're down to 196 already. Pierre Pants was conquered, so was Agent J. Matherius destroyed by Monsoon. Before we go down to 20 though, revolting is always possible unless you lose every core you had. More conquest. Shantae is destroyed and Ygritte. Quipper is taking names and kicking asses. Oh, Baron. The multi-talented old man had his way with you. Conscripted Prefect taken out by the Icon of Sin. And Reyna destroyed by Jake Loans. Poor Baron. Found myself bordering DDR Jake in the northeast. I'm on the map. I suppose I am an active subscriber to my own channel. Would be nice if I could buy myself a game. What do I have? I got Sardinia. We got G-Pick, who's got the Narita Airport. Grey Void has Coromandel. Sigbjorn's got the Death Road, the Nightmare Palace, and Raccoon City. Luxstan's got Granada. Henry of Skalitz. Oh, Henry's here. Helpful Henry. Hope he doesn't help himself to my lands. Oh well, I'll keep a keen eye on you. I won't. I'm terrible at keeping track of these things. Carry on. That's right, we're doing active subscribers. Denmark. Jesus Christ be praised. Who just got eliminated? I swear it said Bart Simpson. Sigbjorn conquered by Rolchan. Haru is also down. Abe took them out. Terminal Wetness has an excellent corner position here. They might not have a lot of power to themselves. Oh, actually, no. There are 3 cities in Iceland, so you get your money through having cities. If you've got Spiral Mountain, the Panama Canal, and, of course, your own core here, then Terminal is in a surprisingly strong position. Look at that. They've even taken islands that don't rightfully belong to them. We have Make My Day around here. All right, well, good for you. Continue the fighting. Enrak just got destroyed by Resti. Dongzhou taken out by Makoto. Grey Void's not happy being subjugated by Rolchan. It's alright, you can always break free. Dark Lord Bane's on a bit of a warpath. Who are they looking to take out? Bess Marvin. Will they call Bess or will Bess call you? Now when it comes to fighting, the way it works is your performance is generally based on your combat efficiency, which will randomly go up and down. But if it goes down to 1, you can no longer defend yourself. You just get gobbled up rapidly. So hopefully your nation makes peace. On the other hand, gold. You need gold to make cores. If you don't core a province, it will build up in revolt risk when you're at war, and you'll spend a lot of time at war. But if you run out of money whilst you're at war, you can no longer defend yourself, and you will just get gobbled up. So don't run out of money, and don't run out of combat efficiency, and you'll do fine. Then again, sometimes you have to fight on multiple fronts, and Dork Lord Bane, sure, seems to be struggling on that front. A little bit of overextension. Yeah, your ability to defend yourself is going away. When you run out of all your cities, you are deader than dead. You made peace with Bess Marvin, but Scrooge McDuck has just about secured your capital. Can you defend the Citadel? No, you cannot. He's dead. Dark Lord Bane is super dead. Do not blow all your money on coring. I don't know why I'm telling you that. You have no impact on how you do here. But I like to imagine if you cheer yourself on, you're actually helping yourself out here. Love seeing the powerful Scrooge McDuck. Ebe can't even put her name on her own borders there. Illuminati has been subjugated by Juskar. Yuan Shin is down. Rolchan got conquered by Quipper. Emperor Karl Franz conquered by Nijima. Bye-bye Luxstan. Nivek conquered by Maximus Decimus Meridius. Owner of an uncored city. Father to his conquered lands. Godzilla taking out Vokron. Bobbly Rob, a puppet of Ada Wong. Illuminata revolting against their master Juskar. We've already lost about 1/4 of the people here. The richest, wow, Ebe by a country mile is the richest. Where are our subscribers with all the money? This is what happens when you waste all your money subscribing to useless channels around here. You don't have the gold for what really matters, which is slugging it out for my amusement. Admiral Yi sitting pretty there. Who's got pretty much East and West Germany? We've got Vosra and Tendranai. Germany tends to be a pretty strong place, but it all depends on the location of the cities. Last time we had a run with Central Asia and Siberia having obscene amounts of cities and wealth. No wonder Ibe's doing well. Ibe's got all these lands. How can you tell a core and a non-core from each other? A core is green, a non-core is white. In this case, there's no rightful owner of the Bronx, but Haru is still considered the rightful owner of the City of Tears, so if Abe remains at war without coring the City of Tears, It could revolt, and it would revolt for Haru. They also have the Jurassic Province, Forlorn Muskeg, and Skalitz. Oh, Henry's gonna want that. Jesus Christ, no longer praised. Who'd even want to own the Bronx? Well, with no core, could be a hard one to swallow there, Acronymous. Alright, we're going to speed it up that bit further so we can have the wars going. I wonder if this is hard to read. I don't want to cut off too much of the land, but we'll cut off the north. Oh, but then I don't see myself enough. I'm sure that's okay. Monkey Penny seized the Hush River Valley from their puppet Pico. Yeah, if you have a subject, you can just periodically take land off of them. You do not get a core that way. There are two ways to get cores. One, if you have a revolt and you destroy them, you get a core on that province. I think just one, but I'm not entirely sure. Two, you have to pay. And the more cities and cores you have, the more you have to pay. So you really want a ton of money. Archibald Vile is there, Makoto is there, Homer is there. I think Smafati is the only actual chatter we have on this list. We've got Vosra there. There's Asmaroth climbing up the ranks. Do better. We need to be better men. Oh no, Vishnal ate me up, said Worm. God, no one likes Vishnal. He is consistently the least popular bachelor in Rune Factory 4. And they do votes on this. I'm not feeling so hot. I need to, work on the fight against Monkey Penny, who decided to subjugate me. Wasn't very nice of them. We will rise up, though, I'm sure. Oh, God, no. Don't let it end like this. Lariat's doing well. When you have subjects, not only can you take land off of them, you periodically get money. And that is often what you see when you see that those are not nukes or missiles being sent along. That is just money being sent to overlords. I think I conquered some land back for myself, though, which is rather nice. Who even owns most of Italy here? Botan the smuggler does. I revolted against Monkey Penny. I don't think it worked out so well. Ebe continues to do well. Vosra and Tendernai wanting to unite East and West together. Could be. Honestly, Jake, just take the name list characters off of it. It just has no chatters there. No, I'm fairly certain we've got chatters here. I grabbed all 80 so of you. You're just not doing well enough. Green Giant says, did you have to be at present at the start to join in? I will re-grab the list for the second run, just in case people have joined in or decided they want to be part of it. And I'm all for that. Meanwhile, we're almost down to half of our number. Of all of them, Bess Marvin is showing off the most money. Frank West is climbing up. Don't think I didn't see him there. Yeah, the AI is just cheating at the poor chatties. The poor chatties. Apocriton's not doing too bad. Lariat is there. Asmaroth doing okay. Ebe remains on the rampage, but now we're going to well speed it up. Cored by Henry. That looks like the end. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good right now. I am dead and buried. Duff conquered by Der Kleingaus. He's got his own entire aisle in the supermarket for his olives. I forget it was olives or the olive oil. Quick look further up north. We've got Luminata trying to take on Terminal Wetness. Terminal Wetness still sits in a very pretty location there, but they're not gaining much strength. They need to push out and gain cities, and I'm not sure Daniel Carrington will let that happen. I find it funny how North Africa is a good stalemate, says Acronymous. Nothing happening. Got Mucus, Sir Longarm, Acro, Gamer Monkey, Sia, and Ryu, with the Icon of Sin trying to slither in there. Oh wow, Vosra went on a big gulp for Switzerland. What did they take out of that anyway? They took Rigbarth, which is the setting for Rune Factory 5, Antica, which is from Secret of Evermore, Albania, God knows what that's from, and Dantooine. What the hell is Dantooine? Is that meant to be like Tattoo? Oh Lord, Kai Leng! He's in your kitchen eating your cereal, but he got immediately eviscerated. Couldn't hold what he had. Liu Bei was there to stick the knife in the back. Bloody Mary's there to cling onto what they can. There's Tendernai doing okay. It has a deserted rebel base, but it is a planet from Star Wars. The more we know. God, it is a bloodbath in Central and Eastern Europe there, but Ebe is sitting very pretty. I think good money is on Ebe right now. Master Chief pushing out over there. Roll-Chan consolidating holdings. Is this meant to be Homer from Homer Simpson? Could be any Homer. I need to double check the names list. Ebe making good old classic PLC play there. They're doing a good run of it, although they seem to lack a considerable amount of Poland from this Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Perhaps they'll go knocking on Captain Crow's door, which is exactly what they do. They just take a bit of land on the borders. To my knowledge, holding just raw land is nothing more than a buffer for you. I think you only get money out of cities. But hey, it makes you look bigger on the map, and that's got to be worth something. Tendernai making some good headway here. Does defeating a rebellion earn you a free core? Yes. We'll see if we can spot a rebellion. Oh, well, there we go. Good lord. Monsoon and Admiral Yi just had a whole lot of revolting. There's Admiral Yi, for example. They've got to fight out against these revolts. If Admiral Yi is able to destroy Sand-Blasted Grease Monkey, I'm pretty sure they'll get a core on Clock Tower. Let's see if that happens. Yeah, there we go. They got their core on Clock Tower, and now it will not revolt again as long as it remains under Admiral Yi. So a province gets one chance to revolt, and if it fails, well, they won't be revolting again. It's probably a way to stop revolts from just constantly happening again and again. Anyway, Admiral Yi seems to have handled that astoundingly well. It's all going on across the world now, but we are really consolidating down. We're already down to 68 nations left on the map. How many chatters do we have left anyway? We got. I have to try to remember who's a chatter and who's not. We got Kokol. I think Monsoon is from that Ninja Gaiden game. No, not Ninja Gaiden. The Kojima game. But it also has a ninja in it. Tendernai, Jasmine Owl, Vosra's here, Asmaroth, Vino Paolo. I like to think Henry of Skalitz is watching over all of us. Jesus Christ be praised. There's Jake Lone, Oshtar, a guy. I hope Lube is not a subscriber to my channel. Terminal Wetness is there. Der Kleingauss is not. And Rohan must be, surely. Single Mother I'm always curious about. I never know quite where to sit with Single Mother. Where did that name come from? Yeah, we got people around here that are holding on. But can they hold on down to the final 10? That is the question. Also, it appears that poor Vino Paolo cannot spot his own country. Shall we all help Vino Paolo find himself? That's all he really wants. There's a High Praetor. There's Nancy Drew holding on to Greater Brittany. And actually, Brittany. Part of the Nancy Drew-nion. Oh, wow. That is cool. Very cool. Here's Vino Paolo. I think it was just hard to read on the color there. But you have embraced your inner lower Scandinavian. What do you hold on to anyway? You hold on to Florida and Bubble Gloop Swamp. Florida from real life, Bubble Gloop Swamp, which is just another name for Florida, but it's from Banjo-Kazooie. You've got the Hammerfell, you've got Big Boo's Haunt, you've got the Avorion as well, and the Halls of the Damned. Honestly, you've got some good land there. Von Dougals is also having problems finding themselves. Can we find Von Dougals? We've got Master Chief, we've got Nijima over here. Rest is not looking too hot. You own a swamp in Finland and it's Kanto. That cannot be good for you. We've got El Coro. Wow, man, chatters are doing so bad. Be better men. That's all I ask of you. There's Modesty, there's Monkey Penny, which we can all see. Baron. There you go, Von Dougals, right on the edge. You've got Akihabara, which is surely going to pump out loads of wealth for you. Oh, that's right. I don't think I changed the name of the game here, did I? Better change that in Twitch, lest I fall foul of rules. Fight for supremacy between chatters. Sounds about right. Misspelt the word between. Not a problem. If anybody else wants to find themselves, we can do that. Hey, Sea-Space Echo, what kind of border is this? Barely holding on to Stormwind against the Omnissiah. I think he just wants to become one with the collective. Alright, continue fighting for my amusement. As the nations coalesce, they're easier to spot from further away. Stormwind against all the orcs and things, I see. Hopefully I'll do better in next round. Yeah, we'll be playing with the whole world next round. This, you see, is the warm-up. And I will, of course, double-check the list of subscribers that we have, so if you really want to get in on that. Well, sorry, it's against my nature to tell people to subscribe, but you know the way. God, Ada Wong, I hope you don't make it. You phoned in your voice acting in the Resident Evil 2 remake and I was not happy with it. Some nations break out in really weird formations, so I'm always happy to see them gone. Tendernite's doing a pretty good job for themselves in terms of landmass, but unless you have the cities, it won't matter for much, and Nancy Drew knows to take advantage of that. Nancy Drew has good money and perfect battle abilities, so good job there. Akronymous is helping bring more people in. That's funny because that threatens my wallet. The more chatters that make it to the top 10, the more people I'm gonna have to get games for. Ah, the cycle of life. Oh well, what's a man to do? If we end up with 200 chatters, that fills up everything. There'll be no custom names, it'll all be chatters, slugging it out. Akronymous single-handedly diluting his chance to win, but look, he's hanging on. Wait, that's their long arm, that's Mucus. There's Akronymous. What even exists? Oh my lord. Ryu has so many provinces in North Africa. Who would have thought that Morocco would be this rich? You got the Thunder Plains, Zeal, Bookholm, Godholm. What is Godholm? You've got the USA. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. The Netherlands in 10 years will become African. He's got the Spire, slayed me. Johto, Deathfield, Lindum from Final Fantasy IX. Tuchanka of Mass Effect fame. Utapao. That must be a real place, because I don't... Oh, but Akronymous has Berlin's Eternal Airport. So who's the real winner? Did they ever finish that Eternal Airport? At 900% extra cost. Well, I cannot believe how well Liu Bei ended up doing in Germany. He's just about united the 3 kingdoms of Germany. But Ebe is the monster of all of this. Not only is Ebe big and strong, they've also got subjects, and they have so many cores. Look at all this. They've got the money to sustain more cores, but if anybody breaks away with revolts, you know, if Pittsburgh, Liberia, Timberwolf Mountain, Shadow Ranch, or Kyoto rise up, I think Ebe is going to stomp them. Ebe needs a coalition to take them down. Could Ada Wong, Liu Bei, and Captain Crow form some kind of bond? No, it's Operation Prehistoria from Ada Wong. The Order of Bubble Gloop Swamp from Liu Bei, but there it is. There's the coalition to take down Ebe. The Gotham Pact led by Ebe, Homer and Lariat, and somewhat elemental User by their side, has to slug it out against Captain Crow's land grab, Liu Bei, and Vino Paolo, who does actually have a border here. You can connect through the waters to invade, and that's what Vino Paolo is doing. Operation Vino. Will it succeed? Ebe is going down. Holy crap. Captain Crow, that was incredible. That was like watching a Europa Universalis 3 country eat up a horde. Unfortunately, the land is equally horrible because it's all uncored, but that absolutely curbed Ebe's enthusiasm, and it even brought Glass Joe back. And Glass Joe, wow, Glass Joe held on. Not bad. Monsoon, unioning to the north. Terminal Wetness has actually got some mainland now, kind of, and they're threatening Daniel Carrington. No, Joanna Dark, help me. Oh, not now, Joanna. Alright, about time I called in some friends to deal with Datadyne. About time I called in some friends to deal with Nancy Drew. Sorry, I love Daniel Carrington. He is, he's your boss in Perfect Dark. Rare case of some positive display of a Scotsman in a video game. What are the pixels flying and exploding all over? If it's golden, it's money. If it's a sword, it's an attack. If it's a skull, someone is dead. Nations can actually send money to each other if they are supporting someone that's taking out someone that they're scared of or opposed to. But also subjects are forced to send money to their overlords. So Homer is taking money from their subjects who are... is that their subjects? I think they're only subjects are in purple, right? So, yeah, there we go. Mike Mapu from Nancy Drew is up there, subject to Homer, who has split borders for some reason, but that's their problem. And now we're down to 44. Like I said, when we hit 20, I disable revolts. And when we get down to 10, we decide who, of course, gets the games of their choosing. And when we're down to 1, well, we'll know who our ultimate winner is. Who do you think will be the ultimate winner at this point? I still think Ebe is in with a good shot, because Ebe, despite losing all this land, did not lose a lot of core territory, so they still have a lot of strength on their side. Liu Bei is neither holy nor Roman, but he's definitely an empire. He's got larger land than even Charlemagne could hope for. He's secured Italy. Good lord. Somebody stop Liu Bei. I don't... there are some people I don't want to see succeed, and he's pretty high on the list. Come on, chatters. Who do we have in chat that's still alive and potentially thriving? Captain Crow, clearly. I don't think Ebe is an esteemed member of this community. Would be cool, though. Oh, God, Nancy Drew. Someone kill Nancy. She's not allowed to persist. Sometimes you don't need to win. Just survive, says Rakuso. That's one way to get to top 10, but it's still a dangerous proposition. Single mother's doing all right. Jifbua says they died a while ago. What about Oshtar? You better be around at the end to claim your prize. I don't have people doing stand-ins around here. Elemental user says they are hiding. Where are you hiding, Elemental? I thought you were up north. I don't see you. Activating eyesight. It's not working. Vino Paolo's holding on. He lost Florida, but he's still got his Bubble Gloop Swamp and kind of has a border with Ib, which may or may not work out for him. Jake Loans is here, the Omnisite, Dillis, more Rune Factory names. Ada Wong's hanging on there. You're between Ebe... Oh, wow, look at that! You've got the Pizza Tower and you've got Britannia. Bring on the Fians. Oh, I see, you're actually part of the Gotham Pact. Ebe, Homer, Elemental User, and Lariat to the well-known Gotham Pact that is still holding strong. An alliance can be up to 4 members strong. And that's actually something I can modify. But I still think 4 is the magic number. Hug boxing like it's an EU form MP. Jing's now more worried about Liu Bei, but Ebe and the Gotham Pact. If you don't know Ebe is from an incredibly good indie horror game. Very simple, very RPG Maker-esque, but extremely charming, great music, and kind of spooky. Also multiple endings. It's great. I highly recommend it. Right. Oh, my lord. The Gotham Pact is getting a little too strong. Where have I seen a pact like this before? The mind boggles. Anyway, somebody is going to have to drive a wedge between Homer and Ebe if they ever want to survive. But then again, I'd rather they killed Liu Bei first. I welcome our Liu Bei overlord, says Ershad, and I do not. The PLC will not be stopped, says Sunchaser. Sunchaser? I still thought that was a name out of Metal Gear Solid. Oh, Captain Crow is back! Oh, he's mad as hell. Thank God, that was the best outcome. Did not strengthen Ebe and utterly crushed Liu Bei. Ebe is getting revolts, but Ebe is in an excellent position to crush revolts. Good money, great income, perfect combat efficiency. There is no stopping Ebe. Can we take a look at Homer and Homer's cores? Homer's had a lot of peacetime to develop a lot of cores. Look at all the south here, lovely and cored. What do they have? They've got the lands of Sudan, Broken Railroad from the Long Dark, Lutetia, which was early France. Is it early Paris or somewhere else? Anyway, it's a Caesar 3 map. Oh, they got York as well. Installation 4, Akihabara. We remember that from earlier. We've got Pewter City, the Crucidium, Sunwell, Third Rome. Oh, another bit of Rome. They got the extraction point. They can get Agent Hunk there. Chubu is there. The Citadel they've taken. Hang on, the Citadel? Element user, surely you want that. You've got the Gold Course, the Netherworld. There's Gotham, the titular Gotham Pax Gotham. What the hell is Ville Ka Jokul? What Finn is behind this name? You've got Thessia, got Lancaster over there as well. SeaWorld is here. Mumbo's Mountain. Is that Sarmazegatuza? It is Sarmazegatuza, modern-day Romania. Vermeer is here, Frostwell, Blue Moon Canyon, Hushed River Valley, Tall Tall Mountain, Trumbull Valley, and many more cities. But if it's green, it is a core for Homer. Can someone check the names list and see where the name Homer is from? I had a childhood dog whose name was Homer. He was a very good dog. Captain Crow. Oh, lordy, putting an end to Liu Bei. Liu Bei has been relegated to about a half of modern-day Republic of Ireland. Doesn't even get Northern Ireland. That's where Daniel Carrington now clings on to life from the future London Syndicate. Liu Bei has no money, only has Hellfire Peaks, and is part of the Cicatrix Maledictum Pact? With who? Who's going to help Liu Bei? Who the hell is helping Liu Bei? Jason Myers is. Well, I hope you both die. Alright, Captain Crow, it's looking really good for you. I checked that list, and yes, it's from The Simpsons, right. I'd love it if you could put a note on that. Change it to Homer Simpson, because just Homer on its own is a bit, yeah. There are many Homers. Godzilla's trying to make a comeback up north. You know, at this point, if you just hang on for a bit, I'm going to disable revolts, and that could work out for even some miners around here. But you need to exist on the map at 20 remaining, or else you're dead for good. There is no release core peace deal here. It is all about take land and subjugate. Acronymous, good job predicting your own death. Did he predict he would die to Sir Longarm? I think nobody saw Warble coming. Al-Andalus shall rise again. Not if Sir Longarm has anything to say about it. With Woolsack out of the picture, Sir Longarm takes the lead. Homer is rich, single mother is in a good place. Ebe now maybe feeling a bit worried. Will the Gotham Pack hold? Because if Homer ever turns on Ebe, I think Ebe is dead. At the same time, I don't think that would work for Homer, but Homer needs a way out. Homer's kind of jammed at the edge here. Either you take Ada Wong in the south, or you consolidate north and use this tiny little connection to annex land around Ebe. You know that situation in EU4, you've got an ally. You know that alliance won't hold forever, but they're blocking all your expansion. That's Homer's situation recht nu. Captain Crow has no such problem. They look all around and figure, where shall I expand to today? They have every option. That said, if Ebe turns on them, Ebe is so strong, and Ebe has just cut off Homer's northward expansion, and in a sense cuts off the south as well. I think Homer's subjugated Ada Wong? Yeah. It's all Homer time. And we are down to 20. If you do not exist on the map right now, you will never exist. Because from now on, revolts are verboten. Also turn that off. I need to remember to re-enable those for the next run. So who still exists at 20? Who could possibly exist going forward? We've got Ebe, Captain Crow, Single Mother, Homer Simpson, Terminal Wetness, Warble, Jake Loans, Monkey Penny, Lariat, Zajir, Pol Pot, Element User, Ada Wong, Godzilla, Ershardon, Nancy Drew, Monsoon Vosra, Daniel Carrington, and the poorest of poor, Liu Bei, who only holds Ajiran. Is that a gold province? Well, Ajiran was a whole country. Anyway, now there are 20, revolts are off the table, fight to the death. After the previous runs, I found that disabling revolts, otherwise the end takes forever, and I want to continue seeing the fighting, not just the back and forth thing. Captain Crow and Abe, both in amazing positions. I'm curious about Captain Crow's diplomacy. They don't do diplomacy. They're part of the RCPD coalition, and it's a glorified subjugation of Vosra. Oh yes, we're all equals in this alliance, but some captains are more equal than others. Single Mother putting up a brave defense against the Captain Crow, and ended up subjugated. Oh dear, oh dear. I think they're trying to revolt against the captain, and they did secure their freedom, but they're surrounded on both sides. Captain Crow ate Africa. Single Mother is not looking too hot. It really is the falling of Al-Andalus over there. 16 remain. When we're down to 10, we'll call our 10 winners in the giveaway. But that's not the same as being the winner. There can be only one. One nation will unite Europe, but who will it be? Jake Loan's on the rise, yeah, but Ada Wong remains under Homer. Ebe is taking the fight to Captain Crow. How is it looking anyway? Captain Crow has ran out of combat ability. I don't think that's going to go so well for them. Ebe has the money, Ebe has the superior combat ability, and Ebe has the alliances. I think Ebe has this. Watch that wall crumble. Wait, no, Jake Loans is fighting on the side of Captain Crow, propping them up in this fight. Will the Gotham Alliance see this one through or not? Bit of a stalemate there, but I think slightly in Captain Crow's favor. Single Mother, however, wants to rise. Oh, but no. No, they rose, but they set like a cake because Captain Crow found their military capabilities. That thing just rises and lowers randomly. And if there's a death... Wow, how did you survive that? Godzilla is holding on with Dark Bramble just barely to keep us at 11 nations. Will Terminal Wetness survive to be in the top 10? I wonder. Oh, Captain Crow's going for it. He will not tolerate the indie horror game. He's sick of being spooked and he's taking the fight to Ib. And he's doing a great job. Ib is collapsing because their combat ability has failed them. The Gotham Pact is being truly tested by the Captain today. Oh, there we go. The Captain is in such a strong position. And with revolts disabled, it doesn't really matter that they have non-cores. They've chosen an excellent time to strike out. Who will hold on to be in the final 10? There we go. Homer just sees Dark Bramble away. Godzilla is no more. We have our top 10. So congratulations, Captain Crow and Element User and Jake Loans, if you're here, Single Mother, and Vostra and Terminal Wetness. Let yourself be known and tell me what would you like as your prize for being top 10. And if I don't have an answer from you by the time we have only one nation left, then too bad, you were too slow. I've got my pen and paper right here. Green Giant is spitting blood as they say congratulations to the top 10. I'm not entirely sure they mean that one. Element User points out that all they have to do is sit there and not annoy anyone. Well, they're dead now, so too bad for you. I'd like Space Marines 2. All right, this goes down on my little list here. Element _user wants Space Marines. Space Marines 2. You can make my life a lot easier by adding me on Steam. It's not difficult. I should be the only DDR Jake available. Wow. I think there's not much question who is winning here. Captain Crow not only has grabbed everything, but has subjugated what little remains. The only voice of reason against this mad world is Ada Wong. She holds out with Prehistorica, the lands of Sudan, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, Rio de Janeiro, and Diamond Heights against the might of the entire freaking world. Is anybody else cluing in on what they're after? Because I'm not seeing anything. Also, I didn't make note of the winners there. I probably should have. Vostra says, I just want a pat on the back. I'm not aware of that one on Steam. How does one get on the list? Is this in Discord? All the active subscribers in the chat right now get on the list. And we're about to do another one with the whole world. Jake Loans wants Civilization 7. That's your funeral, not mine. Oh boy. Jake Loans. I can't believe I share a name with someone who wants to play Civ 7. But hey, that's on you. I saw Kaladin play a fair bit of it. It looks so bad, man. So bad. One of these days, someone's going to make a fake DDR Jake Steam account and start messaging people. I need $500 to get the flight to the next Dev Clash. That might work. I got a phone call today, actually, from Paradox. They wanted me up for some kind of a alumni get-together. Wait, was that under... Forget I said anything. But we'll see. I don't think I'll be going back to Sweden just for... Oh, man. Oh, man. No way. Jake! You are the only voice that can stand against Homer. No, don't make peace. Not Homer, Captain Crow. If you just held out, you might have been able to destroy the Captain. Kalpa called it. Apparently 14 minutes ago that Captain Crow will win. Captain Crow just subjugated Jake Loans, is draining all of Jake Loans' money. That's what that little thing is. And will slowly chip that land away. So far we've got Element User wants Space Marines 2 and Jake Loans wants Civilization 7, and I'm not seeing anybody else chiming in with their win. Only 2 out of this. You people are going to have to fight better next time. Holy crap, I find you on stream. When Soylent White Part 2? Asking for more Frostpunk? That's a sore one. Frostpunk 2 is not good enough to stream more of unless the expansions do a lot of work for it. And can you even do Soylent White in that? Who knows? Jake Loans, holding on to Stormbrook, is the last bastion of non-Captain Crow land. And there we go. Full Europe Conquest, the one tag by Captain Crow. Are they even around to claim their prize? Where's the captain? I do not see them. Yeah, Frostpunk 2 is not really my thing either. I'm not saying it's too bad, but it's just not Frostpunk. Yeah, I guess they're eating crow, but hats off to Captain Crow. They did what evidently 80 or so of you people could not. And now they can just sit in peace, core their land, and get tons of money. Okay, that was good, but can we not do better? I think we can. So. We're going to come out of this, and we're going to start a new run, aren't we? We're going to make a map. We are going to do the whole world. Let's take a quick look at it. And randomize that world. Maximum people, maximum cities. And then, we're not going to look at who's who here, because I'm going to re-randomize this list. But this is the world. Let's save it, of course. Chat fights for whole world. This is your last chance to be a subscriber, because I'm about to grab the list and put it in. We get that saved, we quit out, and then I need to spend a little bit of time sorting this out, but that shouldn't be difficult. Grab the save, grab all the information from the save, grab Akronymous's very useful tool, punch in the save, grab Nixx's fabulous tool to grab all of the chatters. How many of you are there anyway? Let us see. Okay, it says 82. Is 82 right? Well, that's the list I've got here. What does it do? End in Zaleb. Ends in Zaleb, that sounds about right. 82, man. Well, all the more reason for you guys to fight better, huh? I didn't see myself before, says Darko. Let me check that you are actually on the list here. Yeah, you are on the list. Wonder how fast you died then. Right, 82. $82 for names, and that means we need to add in, just to make sure it absolutely works, add another 120 from the random list. Bear with me here, I do have to do some manual stuff for this. Shove that in for our names. And then grab the city names, which I can also grab for my chat names pool. Hope none of this is showing on the screen, that would be embarrassing. I'm assuming these are all randomly picked. Looked like they were last time, so that's fine. I did not extensively test this, but it worked when I saw it, so that's okay. Process that, save that, update that, save it. Just in case it doesn't update, I'm going to quit out the game. No, it's just the face cam on stream. Oh, that would be mortifying. Well, not mortifying. I don't like doing face cam stuff, but it wouldn't break my soul. My face has been shown plenty of times. I've even been on camera saying that I have learned under no circumstance can Bavarians be trusted, which I still think is the greatest moment I've ever had on camera. All right, chat fights for the whole world. Let's see if this works a-okay. All right, let's see if these names match up. Please give me a call out in chat if you see yourself. Do we have an Element user? Do we have an El Coro? Do we have Fee Denmark, a G-Pick, a Von Dougals? I know Dr. Baruga isn't there in chat. And I know Plock isn't there in chat. Neither is Mario. Who's the person that said they couldn't see themselves last time? I want to make sure you're actually in here. It began with a D or a G. One or the other. And now I can't remember, but I should try and find them. Oh, this isn't in any particular order. That'll make it hard to find people. But we can scroll down and see all the names here. Cult of Greg says they're there. Somebody said Darko was hard to find. Goosey is there. Jake Loans is there. Tetranai is there. Egreed is there. Ubiquitous. Hey, I'm there. Okay, then we have everything we need. The Rat is here. Metal Mario. Pac-Man. Vosra. Kaiji. Oh man, so much going on. Fat Bastard is on the list. Anybody want to make a call very early on who's going to win? Let's finish scrolling down. I saw Bald Bull. So there's Quipper again. Yuan Shao is on the map. Excellent. Excellent. I saw Baron there. Some people have even less money than the others. Captain Rebel Scum and Tingle are down there. All right. Now that's area, right? That's gold. Now everyone should have 50. But who has the best 50? Okay, so we're doing a whole world run. Haven't had this one before. The whole world is connected. Starting over, who is going to be fighting out for America? Because we won't be able to see everyone on the map before they get completely annihilated. So let's have some highlights ahead of time. Remember, the darker the area, the harder it is to expand into. And if it's super dark, it can be impossible. Baron von Owen is actually over there in his glorious home of Canada. He's a little bit off the mark, but only a little. Akronymous is up there. Malshar is up there. There's the Toilet Genie, Rested Pandy. We've got some cities of note as well. We've got Tall Mountain. Castle Malloy is over there. Yoshi's Island. This should be Tall Mountain. I reckon it's breaking it up due to the comma in the name. Hargreaves Pleasure Palace is here. There's California. Toilet Genie should win if he's unclogged. Rested can get to those cities quite easily. Yeah, some people definitely get an unfair advantage. Yeah, if you've got a lot of cities that you can quickly claim around you, you've definitely got the advantage. Also, I absolutely need to make sure that revolts are re-enabled. It'd be very unfair if they were not. What's happening in the USA? We've got Amity Airfield in the Abyss. Earthworm Jim fighting against Captain Crow, who's back. The Blubbery Abyss. I can remove the split on comma thing. That might be a good idea. I just new line them for the split. Super Pie. But he has to immediately fight Disguy as Laharl. Constantinople versus Shifting Sandland. I know where my money is on. Monica from Friends, one of the most cursed bit of chat lore. Goosey's there. And he could take Palavan from Hellman. What's that? Burger Girl is over there. Wow. Central America is all Pac-Man stomping block. Frozen Kaiser is relocated off of Florida, but he has to deal with a fat bastard from Rantz Castle who can easily go and take a Vorion in Raccoon City, so the fat bastard could stand to get really fat. Jesus Christ be praised. Henry of Skalitz has to fight a real Thunderdome down in South America. There's Darko. The Wolf, massive density here. Frostfeld with Abdullah Bahoum, lesser known character from Nancy Drew. I believe he was in the Queen's something, Tomb of the Lost Queen. Shahudun is here. Caleb Goldman of House of the Dead fame. Rincewind, Spix is there. Zingis has to fight Reset Lemongrass to make his way over to the greatest part of Britain. What's happening in Africa, though? Who have we got? Got Dry Nate, Dark Lord Bane is there. Mobility has got Gobi's Valley. Jesset's got Alfzak, whatever the heck that is. Anne is in Vienna. Uncle Lubeck is here. Look, Dunham in the Highlands. There's JJ. Good old JJ. Vino Polo's in a bad position unless he expands north. Good cities at the ready for him. Sun Ce is there. M. Bison, Donkey Kong, Burdened Wario. Already had a wee look around here in Africa. Europe is very early. Can't do it, kid. I'm the best. Jack looks like he is well set to become essentially Europe, unless Franconian can hold him off, or Just Car or Tingle take the fight to Jack. Jack in a very strong position then. Greenland surprisingly full, but let's face it, it all belongs to Ned Nickerson. He needs the income for a wedding ring for Nancy, or else she'll just fly off. And Asia looks like too much for me to even concern myself with. Let's just look at the Aussies. Who's in the prison colony? Warble, Walker, Vosra, Sea Space, Robert of Loxley. Gan Ying's got the Jersey Shore, which isn't on the shore. Lion Tamer's there. Tendrin is here. Yunji's here. Solid Snake is here. All right, enough of this. Fight it out for my amusement. Let it coalesce and let's see whose names appear rapidly, shall we? I think Baron's in a really good starting position. That is my early predictions as Viking. Oh man, look at Jecht though. Although he doesn't top the gold, who tops the income early on after the initial expansion? Ashley Graham does. Ashley Graham, Balrog, Darko. Okay, well that's subject to change rather rapidly. No, we don't care about age around here. Give me gold. You can see it's a little bit slower to expand into the harder to expand areas. The flyover states in America, I would say sub-Saharan Africa, but just Africa. Even bits of Central Asia, not looking so hot. Come on, Florida man, I'm on your team. Are you talking about Frozen Kaiser, or are you talking about Chai, who holds the Elephant Graveyard? That was one of my colonies in RimWorld. Had our first casualties already. Tiny Indil destroyed by that guy who came in at the last moment with a really weird name to ask about Frostpunk 2. Sensor minus 807 is my best way to read that. Crashbite got destroyed by Oda Nobunaga. Where's Nobunaga? We didn't take a close enough look around here, but now we can see the names. Z Orlando, how's that for a Florida man? Kaiji's there, Alette is there, there's Imperative Greg. Dark Young is around here. Godo, there's Florida man. Florida man is already secured. The Gates of Madness and Termina Field, straight out of Majora's Mask. Passepartout Artist is even up there. Jimmy C was destroyed. Urangu McBain. His big doorknob nipple clamps have been torn off by Enrak. And yes, that is actual lore. Urangu McBain of the spin-off Sims game does have ginormous nipple piercings. And in the comic book, they used a giant crane magnet to lift him up by his nipples to stop him from causing havoc. The greater Sims lore is twisted, but the 2000s was a wild time. Jake, you've had a very long day of streaming. Funny, when I sit down and do something that is ostensibly the dev clash, I can't help but feel vitality flowing into me. All right, let's speed it up. Let's see some blood gulch going on. Like I say, when we get down to 20 chatters, or 20 nations in general, revolts become disabled. And when we were down to 10, any active subscribers there will win a game of their choice. But of course, true glory can only come to the final victor. Previously, it was Captain Crow. Captain Crow's still around. Where were they again? I swear they were in the Americas. But I could be wrong, or they could be dead. Darko looking good on the gold, but there's Oda Nobunaga. Vino Paolo, second richest chatter. All that wine industry really keeps him afloat, but can he make the most of it? Jecht holding Europe, but that's not as strong as it sounds. He barely has any cities. He holds on to Massilia. He's got Titania and the Millennium Mines. Millennium Mines? What the heck is that? I would not claim to know. Jake, have you enabled revolts since last time? I absolutely have. We can check it right here. Revolts are allowed, and they can gain new cores. I do not allow new nations. Although I suppose I could add people that could revolt in, even if they didn't make the initial names pool. But I did not. I'd rather have people around from the get-go. We'll be able to see if any... Oh, well, no, that's Conquest. Wow, a lot of puppet states. Rakuso and Herr Kommissar are kneeling to the Stay Peasant. Revolts will happen once people hold on to non-core land for a while, so it'll take a while for that to take off. Jake, if you do that, the game will use city names. Okay, then I'm glad I don't have the revolts enabled. Rakuso, there we go. So we know the revolts are up there. Actually, that was a revolt as a subject rather than a free nation. We're not getting very good coverage on Down Under, so what's happening around here? They all seem to be forming one big super cuddle cube and not killing each other. Who will take advantage of that? It'll be Gan Ning of the Bells. That's where I'm putting my money. Most important question, how am I doing? Do I even exist? Can we sort this in any meaningful way? No. Can I at least scroll down until I see myself? There we go. Good. I'm alive somewhere, and I'm probably purple. Good enough for me. I'm probably over in Asia somewhere. But I don't see me. That's Kim Jong-kil. The Greater Dane is far away from Denmark. You're in the Western Steppe in Central... there I am. Doing my best to hold out against Bobbly Bob. Oh, wow. Why did I have to see that? My day has been immeasurably ruined. Ah, but if Bobbly Bob can't core my land, I could always come back. That's what I'll hold on to. The question is, how's Baron doing? Baron is over there with the Treaty of Black Marsh, together with Chris Redfield, desperately looking for somebody to give Claire Redfield some children. The Stay Peasant is not living up to their name by having loads of money, but Censor Minus is right up there, second top in terms of gold. Damn it, Franconian got to me, says Matherius. And Jesset gets destroyed by Anne from the Inn. My waifu from Harvest Moon Back to Nature? Maybe? No. More than one waifu will ruin your laifu, and it's Flawn for life for me. I wonder if she's around in here. Flawn is in the names list. Flawn is the angel from Disgaea. How's things looking down in the subcontinent? Nivek's there. A Canadian playing as a Scot, relocated over to Pakistan. Chun-Li's doing all well. She wants China back. I think she's Chinese. M. Bison someday will grace her village. Jekt doing some moderate European expansion. He's in a great place to unite the continent, but as we see, there's not a lot of money to be had in Europe. It's not the happening place. The Greater Dane is making it happening, though. Conquering Green Giant TV. Shahudun conquered by Master Hand. Oh, I can smell the Smash tournaments from down there. I swear that was down there. Wasn't Master Hand here? Why am I not seeing you? There's Master Hand. Tell me, Master Hand, what did you actually take? You took New Liverpool. Oh, the smell intensifies. Hammerfell is down there. Mandala's there. Frostveller, the Tetra Cave. What is installation for? I should know that, but I don't. Poorly located Riazan, and Reset's got Tick-Tock Clock. There I go. Pray for a revolt, says Green Giant. Yeah, once you're dead, revolt's your only option. Revolts? No, that's Kendo, not me. Bad times are had. Oh well, who would expect one to be the 1 in 200 to rise above the others? It's Halo from Halo in the Halo series. Ah, so it's all become clear. I did play that. I even beat that game on stream. It was not a pleasant experience for me, but a lot of people laughed a lot. Very cruel people. What in the world is going on here? Greet Zeus holds Parthia over in this island that I don't even know the name of. Zhu Liang has made a masterful retreat from the Three Kingdoms down to Southeast Asia, which sounds like it should be rich, but he owes Gothica and Karaman and Polybridge. Not a lot to write home about, I'm afraid, Zhuge, but so's your entire illustrious career. I don't think I've ever fought in a war, I'm just chillin', says Baron. We've got Wily Coyote, Redfield, Baron. Yeah, bit of a cuddle cube in Canada. The real fights are happening across other parts in the world, which clearly tells us we need to speed up. Revolt in Nivek. Revolt in Ned Nickerson. Lots of nations breaking out of him. There we go. Now the borders, they are a-changing. And they are changing rapidly. The Rat. Ratty does not win again. Ratty is destroyed. Odumuraga conquered by Enrak. Ned Nickerson seizing land. Very funny that Ned Nickerson has Greater Iceland as his land, because Ned Nickerson proposed to Nancy Drew in the Icelandic Nancy Drew game, and depending on your actions, was shot down. Master Hand doing masterful strategies down in South America, taking a lot of non-core land. He's taken Tingus, Benefic, the Vice City, the entire Lilat system, the Clamshell Theatre. Where the hell is the Clamshell Theatre? And Corchin. Oh, I bet the Clamshell Theatre is from Freddy Fish. Where else would it be from? Wouldn't be from SpongeBob. I didn't take any SpongeBob names, so I'm not familiar with Spongy Bob. Dark Young is revolting. Well, he's trying. Drac Noir punches his way out of Chun-Li, but is it enough? Is anything enough for you? You've got the Kaisel Wilhelm Schoche, whatever that is. That may hold you against Chun-Li, but probably not, because you're just about out of money, unless someone subsidizes Drac Noir's continued existence. Note they're dead. You are dead, dead, dead. Thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not. You are dead. Plenty of revolts going on across the world. What is this? What Herculean exemplar now exists once again from his glorious fortress of Etruria? Oh, that's right. It's me. And I'm afraid I killed you, Bobbily Rob. I've taken Almitha, and God knows what I'll take off of Jif Boo, who I'm right in the possession of destroying. Well, one can only hope. I'm surrounded by people who hate my guts. Sounds like a Wednesday to Sunday for me. Not even revolted, I just let my only city getting cord, says Rakusa. I do enjoy that. Revolting the harvest goddess to bring back Worm. He thought he was down, but he's back as we run down to only 106 nations remaining, meaning 95 of you are dead already. With revolts, as long as you have a core on the land, you can still return. Can we get an example of that? For example, Bubblegloop Swamp is still Kendo's core. Kendo could come back and establish his Resident Evil 2 gun store right back inside the Jifbua heartlands. How does that work, you might ask? Provinces have revolt progress. It builds up when a nation is at war, it goes down when they're at peace. So if you spend a lot of time at peace, you don't need to worry about revolts. If you spend a lot of time at war, you do. And if you're at war, you usually don't have the money to core the land, so revolts become a bigger issue. Any other examples of some cored lands? Like Chun-Li has this land off of Metal Mario. Alette could come back as well. What places are these? That's Surkesh and Cathia? Canthia? Can only one country have a core? Yes. When you core a city, you remove the previous core, and that is how you, much like in Europa Universalis, completely destroy a nation. That's not necessarily true because of revolts, but imagine revolts aren't there. I mean, ooh, wow, Master Hand's even taking the seas, the insulation. You can make the world wrap around on itself as well, but I find that's a little too mentally stimulating. Some people can't get over panning lands or looping lands in Dominions, so certainly they couldn't handle it here. Surecash is from Massive. We've got a lot of Mass Effect names here. And yet I think we only... No, we've got a fair few Mass Effect characters as well. Gosh, it's all going along. Can Goosey do a good job in unifying the USA? They've got alliances over to the west, and they're demolishing what's left of Florida over to the east. Chai tries to have the Treaty of the Elephant Graveyard, but I have a feeling they're not going to last. Oh, but they made peace to hold on to a little bit of the islands. Plock, no matter how hard you fight, you are not getting a sequel. Your game had great music, but the gameplay was kind of crap. And we're down to the double digits. Chatters, let me know in chat if you see yourself and are still alive. I'm keen to see you cry out for your continued existence. I know Master Hand isn't around here, but Darko is. And Darko has shaken hands with the Master Hand. Baron, please, take Wisconsin. I beg of you, says Andarius. He cannot pierce through Ashley Graham, and he's in a good friendship with Chris Redfield. Truly, Canada belongs to the Resident Evil universe. I'm crying, says Dark Young. Crying because of this glorious conquest on Jifbua. Oh yeah. Keep putting them down, laddie. I'm barely alive in South Africa, says Mobility. You call this living? Gobi's Valley is just on the cusp of Dark Lord Bane's domain. The moment he decides you die, you die. Not to mention Dark Lord Bane has the Bob-omb Battlefield Pact, almost completely ensnaring you, and you, it has to be said, are a little lacking in the diplomatic tact. Heart of steel in the field. I find it funny just how many Germanic people are here, says Akronymous. Funny and a little sad. As Titus would say to Jekt. Ooh, Jekt had a little nibble taken out of him by Dr. Baruga, one of the main antagonists in Terra Nigma. Whoa! Baruga has this great line in the game. You get him out of a pod, and the first thing he says to you is, I thank you for arousing me. Questionable translation, but it always sticks in my head. Having Morrowind, the Midway Atoll, and Hushed River Valley, he has exploded into Europe, conquering former Final Fantasy X Jekt lands. But can he hold on to it? Jekt will keep these cores, and if he can revolt out. He can perform the Jekt shot on all of Europe. Meanwhile, there has been some coalesce in the prison colony. The Dark Walker. Oh, Lord, he never stops. He never slows down. He only speeds up. He is one of the antagonists in The Long Dark on a really cool game mode, and I don't think Gan Ning of the Bells can stand up to that. I certainly don't think Vosra can, although perhaps he can assemble all the weebs down to Gen Sokyo and take on the Dark Walker. Well, he does have a friendship with Sigbjorn, could double team the Dark Walker, but the Dark Walker can also work his way around. A scary proposition. Ishanik says, hey, I have a lot of money. Will that help me? In a protracted war, having lots of money means you can keep the fight going. Because if one side in a war runs out of money, they can no longer fight. All they do is lose, lose, lose. Money will also ensure that you can core land. So if you come into land, you'll be able to core it to make it not revolt on you. This is also a good thing. Especially if you grab some land which is highly revolting. Baron, look at that land grab. Is that south enough for Wisconsin? I have no idea. But wait, why is Ashley Graham on your side? Baron, what are you doing? Killing Ashley, it seems. Good job. Good land grab by Baron. What's he grabbed? Mingawa, Moon Lake. He almost has Shav Shivani. There's Stormrook. Osaka's there. Arceus is there. He even went a little north and he took Bahia. Akronymous, your days are looking a bit numbered. I don't think your friendship with Emelita is going to get you very far. She's a cool mage, and God, I love her dress sense, but I don't think that's enough to handle the Baron, who maintains his friendship with Chris, who is similarly land grabbed. Looking good for them in Canada. Then again, we've seen mighty faces fall. Jecht is dead. He's not seemingly coming back anytime soon. This Herculean exemplar stands up in a very selflessly named DDR Jake Commonwealth. As if wealth were common. Cult of Greg. Follow me into the abyss of Chun-Li. You know she's in her 50s, right? There's Sleepy Med and there's Terminal Wetness. Together, we shall take all of this. Yeah, we can equally disperse the land, but it's important that I have most of it. God, quite the slugfest going down in South America, but I think Master Hand's coming out on top. Darko might want to rethink his alliances here. Master Hand has cut him off from all of the rest of South America. His only option is to sail across and do an anti-Brazil. Who would you have to conquer here? You'd have to go over to El Coro, punch your way through, but El Coro has the Midway Atoll Pact with Plock Fidem and Dr. Baruga. Oh no, don't cross the dock. Don't cross the dock. Franco crossed the dock. Doesn't look good for the front line. Baruga is stronger and richer than you, old man. Prepare to die. Oh, is that the case? Baruga's capability in war is fluctuating. Franconian has found his strength. Pushing. Oh man, there's so much terror going on in Denmark. Good job holding the line though, Franco. How did you hold that? Do you have good alliances? Oh, I don't like the look of the Franco Union on my border though. This is illegal. I don't like it. That Master Hand though. He's winning the biggest name on the map award. Ah yes, my barony, says Akronymous. Well, Baron's borders change a little? They look a little offset to me. I might be imagining things. However, I'm certain Emelita... Wasn't that green? I'm imagining things, I'm sure. Why is the German dairy industry here? Who the hell... Are you in... Why? Why is that a name? Anyway, the German dairy industry has a long way to go to get to Germany, but Dr. Baruga has been spliced. Look at that, Jecht is back. He did do the Jecht shot, maybe even the Mark II to secure the Millennium Mines. On top of that, Titania and Massilia are still wanting to revolt in Jecht's name. Could it be the greatest comeback since Lazarus? Time will tell. Plock is working on a great domination of southern Africa, but Ashanix is putting that money to use. They've got 8 grand. They've got a reasonable combat efficiency. Plock is stronger, but Ichi has a good friendship with Dark Lord Bane and Dry Nate. Can they push back the Plock? If you don't know, Plock is the protagonist in a Super Nintendo game with the same name. It's a pretty lackluster action platformer, but it has some of the best music on the Super Nintendo. We know that because it is done by none other than Master Fallen himself. And that music gives Plock strength to push back Ichi. Your alliance counts for nothing, Ichi. Prepare to die. Oh, wow. Subjugated by a mediocre Super Nintendo game. I guess not all of us were destined for greatness. Ah, man. It's good. Good to see people get destroyed. Sav says, my control in Southeast Asia grows. You'd think having China would be a lot of strength, and you'd be right. You have Luxan, the City of Tears, Land's End, Elos, or Los, or Is. You've got Chibi, almost correctly placed Chibi. You got the Phobos Anomaly, the Blood Kelp Zone, the Crucidium. The Frostpunk Generator is yours. Alright, all money on Savs for the victory. But can you defeat Sensor Minus, a known Frostpunk lover? He'll have his eyes on that Frostpunk generator. He's gonna want it. Also, he owns all of Japan. Japan versus China. When Japan has already conquered Korea and Manchukuo. Who would possibly win in this situation? I don't know, but we'll keep that on the map. You'll never get that generator, says Sabs. Check out North America. Whoever was there collapsed. I thought Goosey was doing all right. North gone south is northern and going south from the capital up in Mount Erebus. Mount Erebus. Whatever, a doom place. The anti-airfield is there. The abyss is there. The elephant graveyard is to be seen as well. But who are our big dominators at the moment? Let's actually take a moment to appreciate. Plock has so much more land than everyone else. Master Hand has a respectable chunk due to owning about 2/3 of South America. The good 2/3. And then there's Chun-Li. It's a bit spread out, but that doesn't equate to income so well. Income will only show good people who are making money at peace, because if you're at war, you only lose money. Unless you're getting subsidized, of course. Plock, Censor, Franco, Jifbua, King Jibas, Karis, and another fiscally well-hydrated member of this esteemed community seems to be doing all right on the Dosh front. What about alliances? Who do we have? We've got the Midway Toll Pact. Oh, we can even click on them to see. The Bornholm Pact with the Stay Peasant, Chun-Li, and Censors there. The Order of Heaven, led by Master Hand. Franco's terrifying union. This is a really strong union, well poised. If it can just consume Europe and hold off, the glorious union to their east, they'll be in a great position. Emilita is kowtowing over Akronymous. How would that go? Would that be Akronymous kowtows to Emilita? Good lord. I mean, she is one of the better characters in Kamidori, let's be honest. The York Pact. Harvest Goddess leading that. Operation Moo with Savs and Imperative Greg currently slugging it out with Chun-Li. Operation Black Marsh, the DDR Jake Commonwealth. Such a humble name. We've got Cartinian One's Union. The Fountain of Doubt with Gandalf, the Ganying Commonwealth. He did side with the Dark Walker. Vostra, I think your days are numbered, lad, unless you and Sigbjorn pull something out of nothing. Because these guys are richer than you and stronger than you. Luigi! Way, look at that, Luigi. He's got the this is Nova Scotia, right? He's got it. And he's together with North Gone South. Operation Crazy Kremland. That's a ridiculous name. Good lord. Good luck, rather, Sigbjorn. Crazy Kremland. Is that Donkey Kong or Banjo-Kazooie? That's got to be Donkey Kong. Yeah, that's where you ride the roller coasters and that in Diddy Kong Quest. The Constantinople Syndicate with Laharl and the Altered Beast slugging it out with Baron. But Baron is in his prime. Look at that. He's got maxed out combat ability. We've got to get our eyes on that. And the Order of Jolly Roger Bay to the south. Amazing alliances. Let's keep an eye on that gold and let's see how things develop. For our Baron, can he slaughter Laharl of Disgaea and Altered Beast of Altered Beast? The answer is maybe. That was a surprisingly poor display from someone who had max combat. Did you secure Macau? No, Laharl just barely holds on to that border province, just like the Altered Beast barely holds on to Shivani. If you'd taken that, would have really tipped the tide in your favor, but Baron is just too modest to conquer all this land. The big island is Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia is the diagonal peninsula south of it. Yes, I even looked this up before. But I forgot, because I don't dedicate bits of my brain to thinking about Canada. Ooh, boy, Jifbua, what is this? Jifbua is on his own, but he's single-handedly holding off Terminal Wetness, Sleepy Med, and yours truly. He's got the dosh. I don't have the ability to fight. Sleepy Med can barely fight. Terminal Wetness is the only competent fighter among us. Jifbua, please calm down. Do whatever you want, just don't kill me. Well, you see, the game realizes Baronomics and is giving the country an income nerf. Ah, I understand now. America's becoming a bit of a minefield because North Gone South is going west. They just really like the Pet Shop Boys, and they do not like Goosey holding on to mainland America. A lot of fighting continuing going on there. The Toilet Genie is potentially getting clogged by Akronymous. How's that line going to go? Well, with Toilet Genie having the superior abilities and alliance, you're going to wish you had Emilita backing you up on that front. Well, wishing doesn't make it happen. Savs! Savs did say that they are not letting their generator go to censor, and in an incredible display of supremacy, not only did they annex much of their mainland, they banished censor over to Shivani and subjugated them. That means Savs can periodically pluck land away from censor, who's going to have to revolt if they want to keep their Somerset Isles, their Skid Row, and their nothing else. Savs' Asian supremacy is something to be deeply concerned about if you are in any way close to that. But the Darkwalker isn't afraid. The Darkwalker just took a big old chunk out of Sigbjorn, trying to make their way closer to Savs. Develop the pink. Don't flush the genie. Laharl is back. He wasn't happy about Baron von Ohn's moves earlier. Jifbua just keeps fighting. I need Jifbua dead so I can take his land. Otherwise, I'm not going to stand up against the Franco-Union, who's right on my border, by the way. Oh, no, Chun-Li. I didn't mean it when I called you an old hag. You are my peer. We are down to only 60 nations. Ah! Make that 59. 58 nations. When we go down to 20, revolts are disabled. If you are gone from the map, when we hit 20 nations, you are gone permanently. And that's just something that we choose. We have a God mode button for that. In my experience, that's a good way to cut it off. I'm not the only one who has lost significant land. Baron is off the map. Altered Beast saw their opportunity for a comeback. All because Baron didn't take Shivani or Macau. If he'd done that, he would have trimmed the nails of this beast. As it stands, those claws took him down, but it's all just weakness that North Gone South can take brutal advantage of. Their friendship with Luigi is keeping their pathway into Europe and Africa relatively safe, offering them a great opportunity to consume. They got modest money and modest combat ability. Will any of these alliances hold up against them? Time will tell, but what will it tell? It'll tell that Jivbua is paying for their transgression, getting terminally wetted. Why couldn't my allies have helped out like this earlier? Please release me. Let me go. The North Gone South ate Chris Redfield like he was a light snack. That didn't help. Well, what about Gussie? Gussie saw the opportunity to take out that North Gone South Gone West, and they are destroyed and distraught. Sleepy Med is coming back. Can Gussie... Someone has to unite the Americas. It's going to be a big fight, but between who we don't know. Master Hand, it must be said, is doing terrifically well. Almost everything they have is cored. What they don't have cored is kind of shunted off to the side, so it should be easy for them to fight over. They've allied with the rest of the continent, and they've subjugated Gussie. Master Hand is in a terrifically strong situation. No predators, lots of strength, and of course it's the Coalition of Heaven. Oh boy. Our Smash Brother players, after you've taken a much needed shower, celebrate, for your god is taking over down there. Then again, when it comes to Asia, Savs is dominating. Don't think I stood a chance to begin with. Sleepy Med's making some headway. Yeah, the more my cores pass around, surely the more my desire to revolt and exist again will exist. Plock actually got shunted by Tingle. Didn't see that one coming. Plock was looking so good for uniting the African continent. Now they're in a bit more of a trepidatious state. Not the greatest allies one has ever seen. Oh wow, what is with this vaguely accurate border in Africa? Anne from the Inn wishes to exist. And I wish for her to exist as well. Gussie says they're in heaven now. Acronymous! What is this? They have come back like lightning in a jar. Wow. They stretch from north to south there. All the way down to, I wouldn't even know what to call this part of the land. But they stretch from the Yukon all the way down to Central America. Unfortunately, most of it is uncored. In fact, when it comes to core land, Acronymous has what? The Black Marsh, Arrakis, Bahia, Sao Paulo? I don't think so. Acronymous is going to have to work very hard to keep that land under control, but it might work out for them. After all, they've got Luigi and Emilita at their side. Now it is the Gulf of Acronymous. He almost encapsulates it. One step below wealthy furry. I gotta say, Savs is dripping with gold. Who would have thought China would be so rich? Meanwhile, Jifbua fighting over my former lands. I'd like those back if you don't mind. I would have thought Franconian by now would have been able to unify Europe. He tries, but he fails. In his advanced age, he just can't quite get it up. His combat efficiency, that is, which, to be fair, his power level is rising, and he's working on it. He really needs to work a little harder to take out Phoebe Chillax, though. We know how far Phoebe will bend the rules. Not only that, look at the density of Archangel's cored land she's got. I think this is Archangel's, actually, but I don't know. This projection throws me. Well, we've got Wales, the Royal Tower, the Los Illuminados Church, and the Deep Appalachia. Not only that, we've got Castle Habsburg. Homer Simpson's back, but they've only got Cascadia. You missed your own revolt, Jake. You died instantly. It was just self-preservation, not paying attention to that, I rather think. All right, it is time for speed. Speed to war. Oh, Lord! What were those words, Sav? Say it again. What will Censor never have? Never, ever. Censor is all in. Balls to the walls deep. Can they secure the generator? They're saving it for later, but Censor is back, baby. That's what happens when you get cores. I seem to recall Akronymous holding a lot of land and saying, they might have trouble with revolts. What is this? What in the world is this? Savs claims they will persevere. Look at the gold list. Where did you get knocked off down to? Stop me when you see the name Savs. Oh, all the way down here next to Bald Bull. Bald Bull. Fountain of Doubt, you say? All right, carry it on. Plock has really not solidified much. Master Hand, you were in a brilliant position. You let your alliances slip, and that means that who the hell is this? Ipet Rariu, please let yourself be known in chat and tell us how the hell you say your name. Whatever you say your name as, you were able to deal a blow to the smelly Master Hand, and on top of that, secure Raccoon City, Avorion, keep your Rance Castle, and you've got Atlantis. Could you be the new successor state for all of South America? Well, one shall see, but I don't think Master Hand is going to like you existing with those cores. Clearly, it's Ipet Rario. Clearly. How could I have not seen that? Also, they've been around for 27 months. That is true lurker power right there. I wonder if I can even come back at this point, says Baron. An excellent question. But would you look at that? Oh, that's an Akronymous core. That's an Altered Beast core. That's an Altered Beast core. That's an Akronymous core. That's an Akronymous core. I have a funny feeling Baron cannot come back. If he has no cores, he has no hope. I'm afraid for you, Baron, the war is over. Alright, Censor, you struck out. You wanted that Frostpunk generator so bad. Savs is so committed to not giving you the Frostpunk generator that he decided to base his capital there. Savs' former territory trimmed down. Now it is a mere shadow of what it was as the massive pact is taking you down. The Order of Termina strikes against the Thebes Pact. How will it go down? Let's slow down and see if we can see what happens to the Frostpunk generator. It is there. Censor wants it. Censor wants it bad. Censor is running very low on money, but might get subsidized by any nation that hates Savs. But they also might not. If that money runs out, they can no longer fight. Censor, you did not take the generator. You ran out of funding for the military. Oh, Savs grabs back not just land, but cores. Savs wants their own cores so that they won't revolt on them. That way they don't need to worry about so much about internal defense. Meanwhile, Censor has precious few cores. The Order of Termina got severely beaten back. I think it's because Savs has this land in the north that you were able to hold on there. But Savs should worry quite a bit. Sigbjorn took the south. And that means that Savs' back door is wide open. In fact, I seem to recall Savs claiming their supremacy over Southeast Asia. Seems to be a little bit reversed there, but don't let me tell you how it is. Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong. Ugh. Akronymous is going to have to work hard to prove anybody wrong. Same with Goosey. It's a hell of a fight over North America. Remember, the longer you have land, the more you get it cored. And that means that the harder it is for anyone to keep it away from you. It's very expensive to get the cores. Oh, Master Hand wants that land back. Ipet Rariu is having a hard time holding on to the revolting land. Are there any cities in Southeast Asia? Of course there are. We've got the Blood Kelp Zone, we've got the Crucidium, the Phobos Anomaly, Oh, yeah, Polybridge. We count Indonesia as Southeast Asia, right? And over on Brunei, we've got the Karaman, we've got the Gothica. The Philippines are not an acknowledged country in our world. But man, as we all know, the center of Australia is pretty much the bedrock of society with Sparse Reef, Toxin Refinery, Haneda Airport, Athens is there, bedrock of democracy. There's Pearl Harbor. There's the Setuan. Oh, there's the Raccoon City Police Department, separate from Raccoon City itself. The Darkwalker's in a good place. Reasonable amount of cores, but they really need to strike out harder. There are bigger, better nations out there. Imagine if chat could use crowd control to pump up countries. Why imagine it? There goes the Bald Bull. The Bald Bull puts an end to Franconian. Franconian already knows that he cannot stand up to the greatest thing to come out of Turkey. He's already migrating. He's going crawling to Britain. And the Bald Bull is merely a shadow puppet of Plock. The plot thickens. Bald Bull is a pretty big deal in Punch-Out, if you're not aware who Bald Bull is. And we have a fantastic clip that we keep around of a community member trying to complete the mod game Punch-Out. And they were trying to show Balkan supremacy against Bald Bull. If anyone has the link to that, please post it in chat. Because the more people that can see that, the happier I will be. I was told not to mock him for it, and I'm still mocking him about 7 years later. Ah, life is good. God is good. Master Hand is good. They were able to re-solidify their position. Not only that, they did core the south, so they don't ever have to worry about the south. Well, I guess Tetra Cave and Mandala could still be a problem, but that's tiny pickings for them. In terms of gold, Master Hand is cleaning up. The hands are rubbing together, and they are in a prime position to do what the North Americans cannot, and unify the entire supercontinent. Did the Frostpunk generator fall? The Frostpunk generator! The Frostpunk generator situation is much improved. We're getting readings of plenty of buffer state between us and the censored minus, which I'm told is the strongest our national defense can be. Censor will not stand for this, but I have been told it will not fall. Meanwhile, the Bald Bull, why are you even a subject of Plock? You could strike it on your own, man. You have got what it takes. You also claimed all of your homeland of Turkey. Good lord. Frostpunk generator's become a frontline city. Is this the real Frostpunk 2? I tell you, this would make a better Frostpunk 2 than Frostpunk 2. Already does. There goes the Bald Bull. You just need to have this situation, but have more of a global catastrophe of freezing, so people are fighting to the death whilst everything is freezing over. Man, this game is such a great bedrock for many ideas. It's in early access, and you might think, Jake, you don't play early access games. To which I say, you're right. I'm not playing. You are. Look at all you people in chat not taking my advice about early access games. Oh, wow, Sabs. Can't believe you held the line, and now Censor is paying for it. Censor, no, surely you can hold. Oh, boy. Sabs wants their Asian legacy back, but Sigbjorn is breathing down their throat for it. What a scary proposition. Meanwhile, Master Hand bides his time. Akronymous clings onto life, tries to consume Avaro with the greatest encirclement since Hannibal. I'm not sure he's going to pull it off because Avaro... well, Avaro is severely lacking in money. Not only that, why is Akronymous' name... Oh, wow. Avaro actually killed Akronymous in the past. I think that's what it's telling us. And Akronymous wants revenge. No, that means current war. I'm talking out of my bum. Akronymous has never died, actually. Whew. Alright, you know what? Let's find out who has never died. We can check that by checking age. If anybody is 526 years old, their nation has existed since the dawn of time. That is Phoebe Chillax, It's-A Me, Greasy Luigi, Plock, Akronymous, Zaleb, the Factorio Engineer, Franconian, Master Hand, Toilet Genie, Emelita, Seikon. Is that Seikon from Majora's Mask? Chun-Li, Sigbjorn, Avaro, Darko, Tingle, Sabs, Bald Bull, the Dark Walker, Sleepy Med, Chaos, the Harvest Goddess, and Ganning of the Bells. Everybody else who exists currently has died previously. Now that doesn't matter, except you might be mocked by it by other people that still exist. But that's below me. We'll see if anybody in chat wants to stoop that low. But look at all these young countries. Good Lord. Is that even age? You're all younger than the USA. Anyway, get us away from this cursed knowledge. Bring me back to gold. Where's the gold? How does Sleepy Med have so much gold and so many cores? What have you been doing this whole time? Ah! They are the one that is supporting Censor Minus's claim on the Frostpunk generator. And interestingly enough, Sabs has now moved their capital away from the Frostpunk generator. Perhaps they're sensing a bit of looming doom about it? I'm not one to say, but yes, Sleepy Med is supporting the new China. Censor's sugar daddy, could we not call it that? Speaking of people who need a sugar daddy, look at Fraconian. This is the worst Scandinavian border. Stretches most of the countries, if not all of them. And they just hold on to Great Britain in Finland. I know he wanted Great Britain. At best, he can hold on to the Shetlands, not even Orkney. Franco is one sad, sorry state of an individual. And I have nothing to add to that, because it is an unquestionable truth. Akronymous, I said you couldn't do it, but look at that encirclement you've managed to do in Avaro. It's incredible. Akronymous has had to migrate a fair bit and was put under intense pressure, but now they've got this. The pressure won't let up, though. You have a border with Master Hand. Gusei is a bit of a buffer state here, but this is still a border. Sea is still something to fight over. You're going to have to hope that maybe Darko stabs Master Hand in the back. Could happen. Look at that. Darko has incredible military capabilities. If he turned on Master Hand right now, Master Hand would probably die to it, or at least take heavy losses. But does Darko have that ambition? I'm not so sure about that. Somewhere in Avaro, there's Shepard, breaking his teeny tiny Canadian ankles. I almost feel for him. Who's this little nation that could? It's the Stay Peasant. Not a good place to have a country. You're glorified Tanatuva up there. Phoebe Chillax is trying to bend the rules a little bit. Let's get some speed up going, shall we? Plock has lost their dominion over Bald Bull. Bald Bull is now their own man. They chose to keep the alliance with Plock. In a sense, they're doing a bit of a Malacca here, right? Didn't Malacca free themselves of Great Britain and then just decide to do everything Britain does? And now they're looking so good for it. Wow, Akronymous did take the fight with Master Hand. The buffer state Gusei is gone. Laharl is trying to re-exist, but Avaro is trying to not exist at all. Sleepy Med looking so good. Sleepy Med sitting on a lot of money. Sab's also sitting on a lot of money, but Sab's income, as you can see here, far eclipses that of Sleepy Med. Oh, I think Sab's once and for all wants to claim that the Censor will never hold the Frostpunk generator. Censor's military is in shambles. Sab's are looking quite good. Sleepy Med is backing them with tons of money and good combat efficiency. If Sab's drops out a bit in this war, Sleepy Med could clean up. But it is not Censor's day. Big Boo Haunt, Modero, Obradin, Alan, Sarmazega, Tuza, Charance. I think it's all for Sab's consumption. All gone. But then Sleepy Med comes in to conquer that X-Land. What a betrayal. But then Sabs is pushing them back. Sabs will not suffer the treachery. Oh, but Censor's back. Censor refuses to give in, and then they give in. Existing now truly as Tanatuva. Meanwhile, Bald Bull losing tons of land. I thought Dr. Baruga was down and out, but he is back and mad as hell. Bald Bull losing his homeland in Anatolia as we creep down to 40 nations. When we hit 20, those are all the nations that will exist. I will not allow revolts beyond 20. Akronymous believes the city names really enhance the whole thing, and I'm inclined to agree. Previously, it was just dots on the map. We had no way to name the cities except to go around each and every one of them and manually name them. And I'm telling you, I wasn't doing that for 200 cities. But Akronymous automated the whole process. I hope he uses his computer engineering powers for good and not evil, but, well, bets are off around here. The Dark Walker. I long said you're in a good position. You've taken a very long time to capitalize on it. But you could come up and strike Savs from the south. Savs who just finished off the censor. Sleepy Med in a great position, but Jafbua is back. Masterhand, Savs, Plock, all very rich countries, but who will be the one? The very best like no one ever was. We've done a lot of runs on this, but we've never had a world conquest. We've had Europe, we've had Asia. Forget if we had Africa. We had the Americas, we had the USA. But who will be the world conqueror? As we come down to 29 nations, I'd like people in chat to put their money where their mouth is and back a nation. I suppose there's no money to put down on it. You could throw money away anyway. Who's going to stop you? I've got games to pay for people. Sleepy Med, Masterhand, Avaro, Sav, Sigbjorn, Darko, Cadus, Salix, Factorio Engineer, Plock, M. Bison. Nobody knows what the M stands for. The German dairy industry, who from Greenland has got their tendrils into little parts of Greater Europe. It's a scary idea. Emelita, loyal to Akronymous the whole way, and now very much questioning their choice. Does Akronymous still exist? What's this color? Akronymous! You go, man. You've got them right where you want them. He barely clings on to Amity Airfield at the Great Lakes. He has about a pixel of land here. And some pixels of land up here. Who will back Akronymous in his great quest for world domination? The Darkwalker, Chillax, Tingle, Chun-Li, Luigi is here, Antra the An is here. Seikon, Jeebus, Gandalf, Jafbua. I want to check alliances as well. Only a very few of them. The Wet Dry World Coalition of Masterhand. The Treaty of Gaia's Naval, that's a Secret of Mana reference there, led by Plock. The Order of Safe Shallows, Chun-Li. Wait a second. It was treachery. Sleepy Med and Sabs together consumed Censor, then allied each other, with Chun-Li as their little puppet leader. And that's the Order of Safe Shallows. Feels like a dig at the Censor there. The Order of Caesarea, led by the Factorio Engineer. Emelita's own Commonwealth. Since Akronymous has let Emelita down, she latches onto the German dairy industry. Seikon's Union, I don't think they're going to be a heavy player, but who knows. Operation Raccoon City Police Department with the Darkwalker and the Luigi Commonwealth, largely comprising of Luigi. But they got Tingle over here. Tingle might look large-ish, but they don't have that many cities, so they're not much to care about. Alright, who will reign supreme? Of course, alliances aren't worth a whole lot in this. They can be broken at a moment's notice. Akronymous claims he ain't out of the fight yet, at the very moment that Luigi just chews up the last of them. Avaro has accomplished what so far nobody's been able to do, or they've almost accomplished the Union of America. Lots of revolts, though, but they could very swiftly eat them up and get the cores, if they so desire. I think they made swift peace, though. Looks like... Oh, wow, Luigi, no! It's not a me. Avaro has largely consolidated the entire contiguous northern United States. They've set their eyes on Greenland. But will Masterhand have something to do about that? Oh, Lord. Revolts, revolts, revolts. These will be disabled when we get down to 20 nations, which we might have done and I missed, but too bad. Plock has subjugated and conquered like a madman. And he came over and said, Darkwalker, a threat? I think not. Did anyone in the chat back the Darkwalker? No, it's mostly people just mocking Akronagon. Ah, well, Hanman liked the Darkwalker slowly expanding into Savs, but it didn't work out for them, did it? Wow, Plock is looking good. You know, I think if Plock wins, I'm going to play Plock's music to celebrate this. Better get it at the ready. Nah, eyes are too glued to this. Fight to the death as 28 remain. Savs and Masterhand clearly victorious in terms of money, but Plock's income, when Plock is ever at peace, this income rockets up. Look at it go. Look at it freaking go, man. The riches of the world are there to just be grabbed, but who's doing all the grabbing? Bald Bull is. He's fighting in all directions, and you know what? He won. He did a bit of a land grab, even grabbed... Well, he almost grabbed Massilia. And Massilia is so close to being in Massilia. Haha. We do not have that kind of technology, and I don't think we should. Sounds like a lot of work. And then again, I wonder where the game does placements. Maybe there's a way to... No, let's not go there. Sounds like way too much work. Right, Plock, Savs, Salix, Masterhand, Avaro. We've got big players, but can they hold on to it? One big crushing against somebody. plus some follow-up revolts could really end it, at least until we get to 20 players. See, it's bouncing up and down. That's why I peg it to no more revolts at 20, because you do end up with a massive back and forth. Can lead to some incredible turnarounds, but more than anything, it just leads to things stalling out. Savs, I can't believe Savs held on to it. Consider everything Savs had and then lost. They got it all back. It's like they're playing Scarface, the world is yours. Why is Master Hand gold not increasing nor decreasing? Good question. I suspect they're subsidizing somebody. But the truth is, I don't know. Or is it a bug? I have no clue. There's no good reason why it's not increasing. Is there a cap on the amount of money that a nation could save? That's also possible. I hadn't considered that, but it would make sense. Make a lot of sense. Max gold. We should see if it goes down, if it goes back up. The generator went down. What? I blinked and I missed it. What in the world happened here? Sigbjörn, I thought your days were numbered. You got booted out of the continent, but now you've just decided this continent will do you just fine. Oh god. Oh god. He's back. And he's dangerously close to the Frostpunk generator. Sadly, he's subjugated by Salix, but he's trying to break free from that. Can the censor make it back? He's being heavily subsidized by somebody. He is. He exists. He's free. The generator will fall to the censor one way or another. Sam says, I'll be back, don't worry. Still on the map. Operation Skid Row won't fail. Oh, the revenge! Censor has had it with Sav's continued existence. Nom 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 nom. Good job, Censor. It was a good show. Savs continues to exist up in Shavshvani and Japan, but there's nothing of relevance in Japan. Censor. Oh, Censor. That claim that they will get... Oh, wow, he's not kidding. He's back. Savs wants it all. In the meantime, Bald Bull grabbing what they can in Europe, and I believe Avara was trying to union something. Didn't seem to work out for them. Kronos wants to know how many times they've come back. We do have that information. Avaro was active at the start and died. And it was active and died. Active till now. Active and died, active died, active died, active died. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deaths. Can you make a 7th? Censor's like a tumor. He just won't die, says Handman. Salix is putting that one to the test. Didn't you used to back them? Savs. Savs. You're going to need a very wealthy benefactor here. Do you have the benefactor? Plock is doing amazingly well, though. I think the good money's on Plock at this point. They've got such a great consolidated power in Africa that's very unchallenged right now. Not to mention auxiliary power down in Australia. If something obliterates them out of Africa, it's no big deal. They just bide their time in Australia, get their power back, and grab all their cores back, because these things are going to be way too expensive for most nations to core. Most nations. Akronymous is putting his bet on Master Hand. Bet, you say? If Master Hand just stopped sleeping in Brazil, he'd be doing a lot right now. His money does go down and up, so maybe there is a max gold. Yeah, that looks like max gold right there. You say sleeping, but he is trying for it. Akronymous is quite weak right now, but then again, look at all these Akronymous cores. He was not slacking on grabbing those cores. If Master Hand can push through, the thing is they're equal... Oh, wow. I just spotted something that's very bad news for Akronymous. Akronymous has 2,300 gold. That's okay. Master Hand has 28,000 gold. Although they're both equal on combat, if Akronymous runs dry on funds, Master Hand can consume North America. Will that happen? Look at that money go, 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 go. Okay, he's getting subsidized. Somebody who doesn't like Master Hand is paying for Akronymous to keep things going. We can get that information, actually. Let's enable... Where is it? Where's money? War, peace deal, alliances, donations, that's it. I was looking for cash. Factorio engineer. It's on a rampage. Yeah, we can see when people want to be supported by other nations and who is doing it. Good lord, look at Plock go. Plock is just consuming Western Europe like it's a snack. Here's a snack in waiting. His name is Sabs. I think Plock's got a real good chance. Look at that. He's playing a messed up game of Pokemon with the world. Emelita's supporting Akronymous. Oh, I never doubted you, Akronymous. Help me find my daddy. I think that's her quest line in Kamidori. I never did play it. I mean, someday I will. That game was great, but you know how it is. I already beat the game twice, and it's not a small game. Maybe if I can find some ways to advance it faster. Sigbjorn has decided to pick a fight with the entirety of this supercontinent. Plock wants him dead. Salix wants him dead. Even more of Plock. I thought this was another nation. It's just more Plock. Well, Sigbjorn, actually, you're trying to break free of Plock, who somehow subjugated you. Good freaking luck is all I can say. It's not a good day to be Sigbjorn. In fact, it's a very bad day to be Sigbjorn. When one more nation dies, revolts are off the cards. I'm keeping a lazy eye on that number down there. People noticed that it was 20, but you have to understand, if I didn't notice it was 20, it didn't go to 20. And with that kind of fighting, how can I keep my eyes off of this? That means you still have a chance to revolt. Who's taking that chance? That's not Plock. That's Salix. Salix refuses to lose. All these big monies coming in. I don't know why it gets split up like that. Seems like an issue with the game. Is that Plock? Don't tell me that's Plock. Oh lord, Plock has now landed in the Americas. Tremble in fear as he secured the broken railroad, and that seems to be it for now. God damn it, Avaro! No, Emelita finally punched out of whatever you call these waste of space islands. The order of the shifting sandland ensures that Avaro shall die. Funnily enough, Avaro is also from Amayui. Not Amayui, Kamidori. I forget the name of the main character in Amayui. Good game, though. Now we're at 20. Now I acknowledge that we're at 20. Revolts are off the card. If you don't exist right now, you will never exist. Our final holders here are Plock, the Master Hand, Darko, M. Bison, Sigbjorn, Emelita, the Darkwalker, and from the inn, Laharl, Sleepymed, Factorio, Tingle, and Seikon, who will continue to exist. Salix says, I still live, and just in time. You're going to need someone to really destroy Plock. You need the great anti-Plock Commonwealth, which could include Master Hand arousing from his slumber. I think Master Hand is currently the only person that could really stand up to Plock, especially with revolts off. That said, Factorio Engineers trying to make a name for themselves. With revolts off, any land is good land. So it's okay to make a land grab on Plock and just hold it. It will not revolt away from you. Let's get that God mode stuff away from us. Any expansion, good expansion. But that goes for Plock as well. Plock knows it. He's eating Sigbjorn. Bye, Sig. Ooh, total Plock domination. Better get that Plock music ready. Actually, sod this music. Could somebody get me the link for Plock beach music? That's all you need to find. Plock beach music. Should pretty much be the theme of this, and it's an excellent song. I'll play that instead of the elevator music that we have in this game. Sab says it. He's down and he's out. The Plock money generation is off the charts. Have we got it here? I think we do. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Get this music out of here. Oh, this song goes so good. It'd be a horrible theme for Plock to die to, though. Louder. Plock is such an unknown mascot of the day. I think they designed him to try and make a mascot. It was that kind of era. But he never took off. And why would he? He's featureless. Except for his arms and legs that fly off. Factorio Engineer is trying so hard against Plock, but life isn't made easy because Emelita wants him dead too. Can't believe how much of a paper tiger Master Hand was. All those cores counted for nothing. They never solidified what they had. Now Darko is in here. Flock is still getting crazy everything right now. They need to be put in their place. Enough of the brother wars. If Flock doesn't die, everyone dies. So they've got a super continent to their name. Almost down to the final 10. Better start thinking about what you want there. That's a lot of money spent on a core there. Darko, Ishanix, King Jeebas. If you survive. Oh, who just got knocked out? Laharl is gone, sent to the netherworld. Flock consumes. He sees it all, he eats it all. Is that me in Arabia? For you, you're into the airlock, and I don't think you're there for much longer. Flock can integrate that land at his beck and call. Best part of the song incoming. Age of the Flock is here. He just cannot be stopped. And for some reason, getting supported by other nations. They like him over the alternatives. At this point, it is safe to say that Darko is the only nation that can stand up to Flock. Which is kind of a shame that he spent his time slaughtering Master Hand, because he should have been killing Flock. The airlock is just a prison. Yeah, he's running out of oxygen. And that land will be integrated because Flock can just build up integration and consume bits of land. And that's the only thing you have. Question is, who will Flock eat first? What? What is this? For you, the day M. Bison graced Flock was the most important day of your life. But for Bison, it was Wednesday today. The comeback! Somebody has to stand up against Flock. And it's Bison! Bison is the last vestige of civilized society against Flock. But he also brings us down to 10. King Jeebas. And Darko. Wow, the only... Oh, Ichi is there as well. Barely. Barely, but still there. You have until total one-tag domination to let me know what you want as your prize. Get your Bison dollars ready. Jeebas wants Baldur's Gate 3. Jeebas. Baldur's Gate 3. Please add me on Steam to make that a lot easier for me. Does Gandalf not get a prize? If you are in chat and your name is Gandalf, you get that prize. I can't believe what Bison is doing. This is unheard of. Okay, this is a bit more heard of. They allied. Flock decided things are too dangerous. They're going to ally so they get turned to make their cores, but that doesn't make any difference. I will take Dawnfolk for HEX. X wants Dawnfolk. Good call. That game was highly enjoyable. You know, I was going to make this game... is this on loop or something? It's not ending. Good music, though. Uh-oh. Flock decided to subjugate M. Bison, and Flock is at very good combat ability. And Bison is not. Oh. Bison's time of surging ahead has come to a miserable halt. Bison, summon your dollars. If you can't beat Flock back, nobody can. And Darko wants 7 days to die. Another excellent choice. Darko 7DTD. Again, please add me on Steam. It makes it so much easier for me to give these out. Oh wow, unless these guys revolt, Flock can just integrate these lands as he sees fit. What kind of fight is this? Darko against the world? M. Bison's joining the fray. Interestingly enough, Flock just spent a lot of money on cores. If they can strike the moment Flock wastes all their money on an exceedingly expensive core, then they have a chance. but it's the only chance they have, and that chance gets slimmer and slimmer the more they lose in these fights. Plock has really good combat ability. Plock is Bison is revolting every time Plock cores something, and that's a good call. We can add core notification right here. Let's kill donations. Keep donations. The best thing these guys can do is just hold on to all of their money, strike Plock when Plock is poor or has no... Oh my god, they're so powerful. Who locked Plock to maximum power? He is very strong. If you played the game, you know how incredibly powerful Plock is. Yeah, we had all chatters. Practically half of the people were here were chatters, but chatters just got destroyed by the AIs. How could you be so poor? 52,000 gold for a core. But they're gobbling up Bison's land. Summon your Bison dollars. Oh yeah, I think this is down and out. Because they try to revolt, Plock just eats them up. Amazing run by Plock, though. Unlike Master Hand, Plock actually kept building on success. They had a good core in... I think they were all the way down here. They set up a good core in Africa. They made a land grab for Northern Africa. They solidified it. They checked their borders. They made a land grab in Europe. They conquered an extra continent just for safekeepings. And then they went on a rampage. But the moment they got landfall in America... and Avaro and Master Hand and Akronymous all failed to unify the Americas, that was it. Absolutely it. Master Hand's trying. Master Hand is absolutely trying, but I don't think this is going to do it for them. It was enough to support Plock. I was on the winning 10, says Ichi. Oh, whatever makes you sleep at night better. I thought we were down to 3. Why are we at 4? 1, 2, 3. Oh, well. Some problems just get solved for me, don't they? Does the game have a replay function? Not to my knowledge, no. I saw it on the suggestions list, but what do I know about that? Darko, you try. It would take a miracle to defeat Plock right now, and I'm not saying a miracle cannot happen. Those that were around for the early European fights might remember what happened with good old Count Chocula. That was a good run. That was a damn good run. But that's not what M. Bison is saying about his current attempts at life here. I'm really curious how Plock got the North American foothold. I believe he subjugated somebody and then took the land off of them. That's the only reason he could have had such a detached piece of land here that I can think of. Yeah, Darko fighting the good fight. I did say a while ago Darko was the only reasonable thing that could fight against Plock right now. But Plock needs to be broke and or have... How do they keep having the best combat ability? This thing is random. Randomly goes up and down. And for some reason Plock is randomly scoring the best combat ability consistently. Darko's going to have to really make something happen here. This is clearly not Paradox AI. It feels like EU3 AI with the way that borders can change so rapidly. Especially when you see Bohemia just eating its way entirely into Asia due to Golden Horde things. There we go. Darko's going to have a hard time coming back from that. Plock decides that you shall not pass. And I think it's a foregone conclusion. Plock seizes Wet Dry World. Plock destroys Darko. M. Bison had a truly magnificent rise there. And if there were other nations in the world that could have got inspired by that, maybe, but Plock is doing a EU-style one-tag here. M. Bison, your Isle o' Hags, Deathfield, Ruin, Edinburgh, and Underground Char facility will be insufficient to keep you alive. Goodbye, Deathfield. And this is the integration bar. It fills up. And then M. Bison loses some land. Plonk. The Underground Char facility. That's a reference to my favorite rogue-like game. Not to be confused with a rogue-lite game. Rogue Survivor. The Underground Char facility is the boss area, as it were. I don't think M. Bison is able to... I wish I knew some of M. Bison's moves so I could name them. He does like a floating electric punch across the screen. My Street Fighter references will not save me. Oh, look at that. There's no fighting ability in Plock. You just need to fight back from the Isle of Hags. You can do it, Bison. You can be and queue it, or this can fill up, and the one tag is complete. Plock Supremacy. Extremely good run by Plock. And also an extremely good run by our chatters who made it into the top 10 out of 200. The odds weren't good, but it was on the side of Element user Jake Loans, Jeebus, Ishanix, and Darko, who according to my list want as their prize a copy of Space Marines 2, Civilization 7, Baldur's Gate 3, Dawn Folk, and 7 Days to Die. That will be my fiscal responsibility to take care of, and I guess I'll get straight to it because it's still today. Take the stream down, handle that. Gone on really long today. It's been almost 12 hours of streaming. Does that mean that we will get to tomorrow's streams? I don't see why we couldn't. I will do my utmost, even if it's a bit late than normal, but this was fantastic. Just such an enjoyable day of streaming. Love me some Satisfactory, love me Ages of Conflict, and despite getting battered senseless, love me some Slay the Spire. And tomorrow, we're going to come back to another game I adored, Lingo. I want to beat that game. It might be more than I can do in a single run of it, but I want to see more of it because it was so good. And since we're not in a challenge, more people in chat can show off how brainy they are. I think what I'll do is I'll make that a redeem. Otherwise, things are going to get a bit out of hand with people constantly chiming in. Also, give the mods someone to coat their blade with blood. Anyway, cheers for joining for this fairly lengthy stream. No special marathon to it, just wanted to do a bunch of streaming. We've had it, we're done, and until I'm back tomorrow in 40 minutes, so cheers and cheerio.